But I mean, it's a sobering thought when you really look at the wealth distribution in the world. If you've been on an international airplane once or twice in your life, you're probably living in the top 1% of the global population as far as wealth goes. And we don't really think about it in those terms. We don't really consider the advantages that we have. We don't consider the fact that I can pick out my phone that communicates with a tower somewhere to deliver to me some information about a restaurant from pretty much any continent with a mix of different ingredients that might have been sourced from wherever, and go there and have my own essentially personal chef prepare for me this meal. Sure, they're preparing it for
I never thought of it as a personal chef.
Going to a restaurant, that's essentially what you're getting. You're getting that experience that in the 1800s or 1700s, no one could go, you know what, I'm going to have African food this evening. And in particular, I'm going to try for maybe some alligator from southern Africa, that kind of food. That's what I'm in the mood for. I mean, we can do this today. We could not have done that.
It's a habituation thing, though, right? If you live in a very abundant society and you don't see these, images from Malaysia or India like you and I saw in person, and even you and I saw, yet we come back here, I'm sure we live like that, I'm sure, right? Where we're aware that there are problems around the world, but we just live our lives.
Right.
Because this is the surroundings that we have. This is our life.
This is our context, exactly. And I think the trouble is that, as you say, you get very used to this and you see it, is that if we don't face enough challenge within our own lives, we tend to create our own challenge. And politics is rife with this, right? If the existence of the two-party system is premised on them disagreeing on things. Otherwise, if they both agreed on everything, nobody would vote for either of them, right? We need by definition, and it's a problem that exists in a lot of our.
You're also defined more strongly the worse the opposing side is also.
Yeah, for better or worse, we as humans are attracted to salacious, explosive, and generally more fiery things. If someone comes out and says something positive, we're less attuned to that because it's not a life danger to us. But if there's something horrific that's happened, it's all over the news and we're all glued to it because I guess historically this represents danger that we might have to be alerted to. Today we don't have we have very minimal danger, and so we have to almost manufacture danger for ourselves in order to satisfy that danger element.
Yeah, and it's internal. It ends up causing a lot of social anxiety. What may have been an evolutionary thing 100 years ago about a bear or a rival tribe or something. It's about the person that's in your class or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We just
and it feels just as real.
It's part of our condition, and it's just a part of our nature, human nature.
So we've talked about how people are, mm-hmm. right? What about moving beyond that? Can we evolve out of that through just conditioning ourselves outside of it, like reading psychology books enough and uplifting ourselves from those anxieties? Do you think technology has a role to play in it? I don't know. I don't know about that, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is where being able to focus ourselves on the right challenges really helps, right? And I think that the human condition, the way that we are, is going to be perennial. We're always going to need some element of danger in our lives and some level of excitement and some level we're going to need these things any which way. But fitting that, getting what we need out of that into a challenge that propels us in a direction that we want to go is one way that we can positively make use of that. I don't think we can ever say, let's take humans and turn us into perfect beings, because I don't think we can do that. But I do think we can look at ourselves and say, well, there are certain things that we require, and there's a whole lot of physiological systems that underpin that, dopamine and serotonin and all these sorts of things. So if we understand how these different neurochemicals interact and how we respond to certain things if we can harness all of these things and focus them towards a productive challenge that we want the outcome to be, then we can shape ourselves in a positive direction much more effectively than if we try to just eliminate all of our
Yeah, channel in the right direction.